Today, as many of you are gearing up for the Dixie National Rodeo. I thought it'd be good to catch up with one of our favorite rodeo queens in the house, Miss Jacqueline Ervin. She was previously held the title of Miss Dixie National in 2021. She served as your Miss Rodeo Mississippi in 2023. She got third runner-up at Miss Rodeo America pageant, and she won the 2023 Elite Rodeo Royalty Ambassador of the Year. So, girl, you've been busy.
I have. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
Well, it's good to be back. I think the last time you were here, you had just gotten, did they say crown or is it hat or whatever it is?
We just gotten our crown. We wear it on our hat, but we still get a crown.
You still get a crown for Miss Rodeo Mississippi, and you were headed out to Miss Rodeo America pageant.
Yes.
So catch us up from there. How was that? How was that experience?
So it was a lot of preparation that went into it. So basically for the full year of my reign, I was constantly studying. I met with a coach twice a month. I was riding as many horses as I could to prepare for the horsemanship portion of the pageant. And then the few weeks leading up to the pageant were really stressful. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited at the same time. You know, you get this once in a lifetime opportunity to compete for the title of Miss Rodeo America, and it's an 8-day long pageant. So a lot goes into it. There's many impromptu speaking portions, interviews with the judges, and a horsemanship part where we ride 2 horses we've never been on and that we've never seen. And then we just go straight into the arena and complete a pattern. So it was a lot, but it was exciting, and I'm super thankful for the opportunity to have been able to do that.
And third runner ain't bad at all.
No, I was super excited with the outcome, so yeah.
So now we're back. We're back in Mississippi, as you mentioned, back in the real world. Sadly, I asked, had we crowned a 2024 Miss Rodeo Mississippi? Not this year, because there wasn't. So explain how that pageant sort of system works and how you have hope for the future, because there's a lot of young girls coming up.
Yes. So the Miss Rodeo Mississippi pageant is in conjunction with the Miss Dixie National pageant, and there's a sweetheart division in that, a junior miss, a princess, and a Miss Dixie National. So all of those young girls coming up hopefully will one day compete for the title of Miss Rodeo Mississippi, and there's a lot of prospects coming up that would do an amazing job, and there are a few girls I think that in the next couple years will make their way to Miss Rodeo Mississippi, and the ones that I'm thinking of I know would do a phenomenal job representing our state in the sport of rodeo, and I just hope that they all continue to grow up and compete for Miss Rodeo Mississippi one day.
Which I think will just continue. The more people are aware of it, the more the young girls are aware of the opportunities that it sort of provides you, because outside of obviously it's just a fun time, you've been afforded some really cool opportunities sort of from this. So as you've come back, Jacqueline, like what's next for you? What do you see on the horizon for your next phase of life?
For my next phase of life, it's taken a while to get used to it because I was so busy and going, and now everything has kind of calmed down a little bit. But I have an online boutique, Quince & Company, so I've jumped back into that and absolutely love fashion and all that. There was also a fashion show at the Miss Rodeo America pageant, so I really got to be in my element for that, and I loved it. But I've jumped right back into Quince & Company and been, modeling for that and getting all that back on track because I took a break kind of towards the end of my year to get ready for the America pageant. And then I also work at Elizabeth Clare's in Jackson. So I'm still trying to stay busy because I was so used to it. I'm like, I still feel like I need something else. But it's nice to sit back and relax a little bit, but still have a lot going on.
So this is going to be your first year in a while, I guess in a couple of years, that you're going to get to go to the Dixie National as just a patron. Will it feel weird? Does it feel like you're going to, like when you leave your job, especially on good terms, and then you come back to visit, say it's for somebody else's retirement, or you have to stop back by, it's that weird feeling of like it feels like home, but yet it's no longer your home, and it's just kind of awkward. So.
I'm kind of scared to go back, honestly, because I'm like, I feel like I'm going to be so sad because I'm going to feel like I should be like able to help, and I'm like, I can't go across the fence, I can't go in the back, I'm just a normal everyday person attending a rodeo. But it'll also be a lot of fun to watch and get to see what everyone else experiences rather than just being in the arena, because it's 2 totally different feelings. So I'm excited to watch everybody and see some familiar faces, but just be back and get to soak it all in.
When you started out, in the pageant circuit within the Miss Dixie National and the Miss Rodeo Mississippi, did you start out, as you mentioned, like in the beginning, or where did you first enter into that organization?
The pageant world. So I was a flag girl for the Dixie National Rodeo, and then I kind of got introduced to the pageant part of that. I was like, I didn't even know that there were queens for horse pageants like that. And I was like, absolutely, I will do it. Like, this is right up my alley. I'm kind of a girly girl, but also a horse girl. So just combine them together and you get a rodeo queen. And so I just tried out for Miss Dixie National and whenever I did that, I was hooked. I was like, okay, yes, this is my thing. I love it. I get to be in the rodeo world, but then dress up too. So then I just knew that the next step for me was Miss Rodeo Mississippi and to compete for Miss Rodeo America one day. And here I am looking back, and it's been a wild ride, and I'm so thankful for the opportunities that it gave me.
So for the young girls listening, Jacqueline, who think about all kinds of pageants, and they may not be horse girls, they could also be the rodeo girls, but just the pageant sort of circuits in general, there's all different kinds now that lead to different ways. Volunteer Mississippi, Miss Rodeo, or Miss Dixie National, and goes on and on. What are the pros? I mean, obviously there's cons to any time you get into anything that's a competition, but for young women, what did you gain, even if you never got the crown? Like, what are those special things that you gained out of being a part of these organizations?
I gained a lot. I was thinking about this the other day, and I gained friends that I would never have met. I have a friend in Arizona, I have a friend in Alabama, one in Montana, like just all over the world. If I travel anywhere and need someone, I know somebody in the state probably from this, as well as memories that I will literally never forget, like road trips that were 24 hours long and we just talked the entire way, memories I'll never forget. And then also just as myself, public speaking was something I had to overcome that I was terrified of, and I really like it now. I'm like, good grief, where did this come from? So that, as well as, having yourself just presented in a way that you're proud of professionally, being able to interview with people and, be confident in myself. So stuff like that I've gained. Been able to study really well. I've had to learn kind of the way I learn and the way that helps me the best. So I got to learn a lot about myself, improve things for myself, and then also just make friends and memories. So
would you do it all over again?
I would do it all over again in a heartbeat.
Well, we are right on the cusp of the 2024 Dixie National Rodeo. I know you don't necessarily have a part in it, but as holding the title back in 2021, I'm assuming part of your reign was to encourage people to come out and get connected with the rodeo and create those experiences for their family, even if they're not going to be in the arena. So still now, is it like special for people to support it, to come out and sort of see what's going on there at the fairgrounds?
Yeah, so throughout my year, one of our main jobs is being an ambassador for the rodeo. And so we are supposed to go out and encourage people to come, tell them about rodeo, just help spread the knowledge about rodeo. And I think that that's a huge part that is sometimes overlooked, is that people that come to a rodeo, usually some of them is their first time, and that's from rodeo queens going out and bringing them in. And the rodeo is constantly growing and growing, and I hope to see it become even bigger in the future, like I know it will. And they just stay true to their traditions and everything. And I just love rodeo, yeah, and bringing people.
What's one of the cool traditions that maybe if you're not on the inside of the Dixie National, you may miss, or if you're not familiar with it or going all the time, that you may miss just by being someone in the stands?
Yes, rodeo is a very family-oriented sport. So whether you're in the back in the alleyway, you'll notice that everybody kind of interacts like their family, and that is something that when I noticed, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. When I went to Cheyenne this summer, I stayed with a host home, is what they pair us up with when we're traveling, and it was this lady who took me in like her own. She gave me a bed, she gave me food, treated me just like I was her own daughter, and it was amazing. I gave her a pair of Montana Silversmith earrings, and we both cried. So it's an amazing group that everyone just comes together, feels like family, whether you've met them yesterday or 6 months ago. It's an amazing experience.
What's your favorite event?
Oh gosh, my favorite event. I've always said steer wrestling. It's
the least. Those poor babies.
I do like bulls because of, they turn the lights off, they do the spotlights, and it's super fun to watch. But I don't know, I've always loved to watch steer wrestling.
I always get up and like that, and then where do they throw the rope and then they tie the
calf roping? Yeah.
So that's always my bathroom break.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Go to get popcorn, just because, and I know it doesn't hurt them.
Yes,
I've been through it, and it's all the things, and it's just one of those things. So you just feel bad, and then I'm the one that cheers when the calf, gets away. So it's just not a good experience for those that are around me that take it seriously. But I always enjoyed the barrel racing, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah, I have to say the barrel. That's actually my first one, but because I used to be a barrel racer. So, I guess I forgot about that one. But if we're talking about like the cowboy events.
Yeah. That would be something exciting. So people need to get their tickets, which you went and got your tickets earlier today. And you mentioned your own business, so you're a little entrepreneur now.
Yes.
Is this a brick and mortar? Is it online business? How can we support you there?
It is online. So quinceandcompany.com. You can shop from there. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Well, we are so happy to have you back. I feel like we'll probably catch up in the future again, obviously, Jacqueline, and just continue to soar. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you guys stick with us, though. We got more for you coming.